What is up, everyone? This is Black Hypocrisy, and I am your handsome sounding host, the Prince of Petty. Today, we'll be doing something a little bit different. I did this once before, with a video I did in the past. I'll be doing a video reaction. I don't do these often, but ironically, this reaction is something that is right up my alley. It involves a child. And in this video, it's pretty wild. Once you actually see it, you'll understand why it's wild. But, every once in a while, a video pops up on your feed. You're doom scrolling on the toilet. Stop laughing. We all do it. This is that video. This is one of those videos that people call cute, heart-tugging, funny, or innocent. But if you slow it down, if you listen, you realize you're watching a child carry an emotional weight that was never once theirs to begin with. And what bothers me about this video, it isn't the child. It's the adult behind the camera. I'm going to break it down for you. This video is going to be kind of short. I apologize for my lack of uploads, life stuff. We're going to get right into it. This is Black Hypocrisy. Let's get it.
What? Better nigga car get flipped. You wanna hang with us, go smoke you a nigga. Everybody got hashing attempts. That nigga telling this bitch he a facing this shit. What the fuck, buddy, do for the trench? Bitch gon' set up boo. I want you to try it. Everybody gon' die in this bitch. She like snakes.
What did it say?
I told you have a man, Mom. Put your answer here. You can erase it or put it down here.
Why are you asking me that?
Okay, answer the question.
Why are you asking me that? Answer my question. No, move. Don't get on me. Why are you asking me that?
Because I want to know why I don't got a daddy. Everybody else got one.
You ain't got a daddy because your daddy don't want to be a daddy.
Find you one. Jesus.
Find you one?
Yeah, that's what I said. Please, I need that daddy.
62 yards tapped on the 30-yard touchdown. Darius Slayton and Mike Kapka's team trying to convert a third.
I needed that daddy. For Christmas, that's what I want, a daddy.
What? Oh, my God! All right, people. So let's break this down, folks. So we saw a little girl, maybe 6, 7 years old, hand her mother a notepad style tablet, right? And on it, in her handwriting, a child's handwriting, scribble scratch basically, but was a question that she, let alone no child, should ever have to ask. Why don't you have a man, Mom? Already wrong. Already heartbreaking. And the mother responds, confused, or pretending to be at best. The child follows up I want to know why I don't have a daddy. Everyone else has one. That's showing high level intellect. It also shows pain. That's a child noticing a void and trying to make sense of it. And instead of handling that moment with care, instead of turning the camera off, instead of protecting her child's heart, instead of protecting her child's innocence, the mother then says, her words, not mine, and I quote, "You don't have a daddy because your daddy doesn't want to be a daddy." Right there. That's the moment everything goes left. And that's the moment that set me to make this video. Because that wasn't honesty. That was character assassination. But it was being delivered through a child and recorded for the internet for the world to see forever. Because everything stays on the internet. And the little girl then sighs. Ugh. Like she's already tired of adult problems. She says, "Find one. Jesus. Please, I need a daddy. For Christmas, that's what I want." Go to the comments section. People laughing, people shared it, people clipped it, people thought it was cute, people thought it was funny. I don't know about y'all, watching me right now. I didn't laugh. I didn't find that heartwarming. Because what I heard was a child begging for stability and a mother taking time out her day to turn it into content. Let me be very clear with this, people. This wasn't cute. This wasn't funny. This wasn't good parental communication. This wasn't kids say the darndest things. This was a private family wound broadcasted for validation with salt thrown on it. And here's where I'm gonna say the part that people hate hearing. We only ever hear the mother's side to the story. Always. The dad is painted as a ghost, a villain, Thanos, Lex Luthor, a deadbeat by default. But where is his voice? Let's find out why he's not there before we start telling people, let alone children, your dad doesn't want to be a dad. In turn, telling that child their father doesn't want them. Because if you listen closely to the video, there's another child in the background, a baby. So the real question then becomes, how does a child sit there crying for a father while the mom already has another baby? Now, granted, that doesn't automatically make her wrong, but it absolutely raises questions. Questions the internet never asks these women who do things like this. Because the internet loves a narrative where the dad is trash, dad is a deadbeat, mom is brave, mom is independent, the child becomes the emotional messenger. But nobody ever asks if the child is being used. Too many kids become weapons. Weapons in custody battles, weapons in breakup resentment, weapons in see what you did, revenge. weapons and child support disputes, visitation blocked because mom doesn't like the new woman, phone calls ignored. The stories are rewritten in the mom's favor. And the most dangerous part, the parent doing the damage often sees nothing wrong. And that's usually, primarily, more times than not, the mother. They call it telling the truth. They call it keeping it real. They call it kids deserve honesty. No, 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 no. Kids deserve age appropriate protection. A 6 or 7 year old doesn't need adult bitterness poured into their laps. A 6 or 7 year old doesn't need to be told on camera that their father doesn't want them. A 6 or 7 year old doesn't need to perform heartbreak for strangers. That doesn't build strength. It breaks down the walls of that child's innocence. That builds identity wounds. And those wounds grow up. They grow into anger, self-worth issues, relationship dysfunction, seeking validation in the wrong places. And yes, sometimes that looks like addiction. Sometimes it looks like hypersexualization. Sometimes it looks like gangs, prison, or various different cycles repeating. Not because the child was a quote unquote bad child, but because the adults were simply careless. I know this because I am an adult victim of it from childhood. I know other people who were as well. You listening to this right now may have been as well. If you're a parent and this feels personal, good. I'm not sorry. Because this is the moment to stop and ask yourself, am I protecting my child or processing my pain vicariously through them? Because the internet doesn't raise kids. Views don't raise kids. Likes don't raise kids. And viral sympathy won't be there when that child grows up confused, resentful, and searching for answers that should have been handled in private. But because you want to be a bitch, now you've opened Pandora's box. And the world, or at least logical individuals, now see you for that trash human being you truly are. Having the audacity to broadcast that child's innocence being shattered like a glass falling from a 10-story window. Ladies and gentlemen, if the roles were reversed and my precious little girl came up to me and asked why she doesn't have a mama, I'm not gonna know how to answer that shit. But you can bet your bottom dollar my response won't be, your mama doesn't want to be a mama, insinuating she's not wanted by her mama. I would have respected this a lot more if the child had to suddenly find out her dad passed away. But we wouldn't know that, huh? If niggas would just turn the fucking cameras off. Some things aren't meant to be recorded, let alone posting on the damn internet. Clearly, this mom didn't get that morality memo. Because the truth is simple. We only ever hear the mother side of the story because of things like this, videos like this. Women, mothers, running to the internet, exploiting a child to go viral for attention, wanting 5 minutes of fame, thinking everyone is going to show up and say, "Oh, that's so cute," in an attempt to make the dad look like he ain't shit. This was sad, truthfully. This pissed me off, disrespectfully. More sad than anything else. This was definitely a private matter that should not have been posted online. But let's hear from the dad. We need to hear his side. Because your ass busted open and got another kid. Is that kid's dad around? Let's do a tally score. So you have this precious little girl who wants a dad, while you laid up and made another child, more than likely with another dude. As a child in most black homes, you learned at a very young age you're a weapon. In the streets and in court, courtesy of your mother. We survived our childhoods. We didn't just grow up, we survived. And the scary part is, the moms see nothing they do as being wrong. Mothers, if this is you, seek help. I implore you, seek therapy. This is damaging to our children, and it only increases the numbers of strippers, OnlyFans models, drug addicts, gangbangers, hood violence, and jail inmates. The same people you all claim you don't like or have respect for. Those same people are the ones you create doing shit like this. Look, I get it. Not every absent father is innocent. But in that same breath, not every absent father is guilty. Keep that in mind. That man could have been ran away. Then y'all say, "Oh, he didn't fight hard enough." Why'd he had to fight at all to begin with? Hate him till the chickens roost. But those children need their fathers. And turning a child into a microphone doesn't make you right. It just makes the damage that much louder. And it makes you, as the mother, look like a cunt. We need to stop pretending this is harmless. We need to stop clapping for trauma packaged as being real. We need to stop rewarding parents for oversharing their child's pain. Because one day, that little girl's going to grow up. And she's going to remember that moment. She's going to remember begging. She's going to remember that camera. She's going to remember the internet watching. And no amount of likes is worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Black Hypocrisy. Oh, I know I hurt some feelings today. Protect your kids. Handle adult business like adults. And for the love of God, turn off the damn cameras. Stop recording everything you say to your children. Because then sometimes you can end up like this lady here. Thinking it's cute. But then you just come off looking like a bitch. I'm out.